Alright, welcome to Conspiracy Fact Daily, February 16th. Okay, just a few things I want to get out here real quick. There are some really important articles. If you haven't read them already, please get to them. They're on my blog on conspiracyfactdaily.blogspot.com. Let me just talk about a few of them briefly here. Normally I wouldn't make Pat Buchanan a news item. I think he's kind of old news. You know, in the 90s and I guess the 80s, he seemed to be kind of a patriot. But, you know, we won't really get into that. But what I wanted to mention today is that Pat Buchanan just got fired at MSNBC. Now, if there was anybody on MSNBC that I can think of that leans a little bit more toward a more sane foreign policy and a little bit more open-minded about liberty, it would be Pat Buchanan, and boom, he's gone. So that's Napolitano and Patty Buke. They are both out. So very interesting article about that on my blog. Check it out. Just a little bit about the Paul campaign. I got a great article on the blog there. I think it's from like Business Week, Business Daily, something like that. And it's great because it shares some information about how Paul is kind of secretly, covertly taking over the Republican Party. They really don't know they don't even know what's hit them. And to give you two examples, in Iowa, the Paul campaign is kind of running the show in Iowa. Now, you know, no decisions have been made in Iowa yet. And one of the former members of the Paul campaign is now the chairman in Iowa. Well, guess what? Same thing happened in Nevada. We've got the chairman on our side in Nevada. I mean, not to say that he's going to do anything dirty or wrong, but to say that he will definitely defend liberty and truth, and that he won't essentially let any funny business go around. We'll just call it funny business to avoid any of the other diction I might like to attribute to that. And of course, the main fiasco just continues to develop. Please, if you haven't seen it, go to my blog, conspiracyfactdaily.blogspot.com. There is just a great video from this local newscaster that's just really been breaking it down. I'm sure he's probably next on the firing squad because he breaks down Maine, and just, it's ridiculous what's going on. And, you know, it's just amazing what they can pull off. Whether it's, you know, faking an attack to bring us into war, whether it's stealing $16 trillion from us, and now, but it's right in our face because we got our guy in there, Paul, and he's really fighting for us. And we got a real chance to take a huge step toward the Republic, and they're right in there pulling the same kind of garbage. I mean, they're completely trying to steal this election. But are they going to get away with this at this time? I don't know. I'm not so certain about that. I think we might actually prevail, and I'm hoping and praying that we do. You know, I had an interesting situation today with somebody, and it dawned on me. You know, we talk about how Paul just dominates with the military. But what dawned on me today is not only does he dominate with the military, he's going to dominate with their families. I talked to a father today whose son is about to be shipped off to Afghanistan, and this guy is going to vote for Ron Paul. I mean, he really likes the guy, but if there's one thing that may have put him on the fence was his foreign policy. You know the drill, just the typical Republican line. But because his son is involved, and it's right there in his household, it's different. So we gotta detach ourselves from that. I mean, it may not be happening right within our doors of our homes, but these are brothers and sisters that are being sent off for a completely worthless war. So if we can get the soldiers and the parents, we should be able to get all the friends of the parents. Alright, on the next segment I'm going to talk a little bit about the Rothschilds in Iran and this Bill Gates character.